Sheila with shininghealth.com, and today's tip is eat more leafy greens. Yes, leafy greens are the most missing ingredient in the American diet. And today I'm going to show you how to work with kale. Kale is really a powerhouse of nutrition. If you never tried it, you're missing out on a lot of good stuff. So kale is pretty easy to cook, but I think most of us are kind of clueless. Maybe you tried it once, maybe it was too bitter and you gave up. But I'm going to show you how you can make a very delicious, simple meal. This meal actually is my favorite. All my clients who work with me get this recipe at the beginning of our work, and by the end they all come back and tell me that this dish becomes a family favorite. So we are going to be making kale with almonds, raisins and garlic. Usually the recipe calls for pine nuts, but I don't have any pine nuts at home, so you can use any nut that you like. You can use any dried fruit. We're going to use raisins today, garlic, sea salt and kale. Kale actually is loaded with minerals, very high in calcium, magnesium and potassium. You actually absorb more calcium from kale than you would from milk. And it is also very high in vitamins A, C and K. Great source of fiber. So after you wash the kale, what you need to do is kind of rip the pieces with your fingers like this into small bite-sized pieces. Put it in a bowl, and I usually leave the stem out. And then after you did this, you have some water. I always have some water boiling on the stove. So we are going to put this into water and boil it for about 6 to 7 minutes or so, depending on how old the kale is. You just taste it, and you want this still bright green and a little bit chewy, but the bitterness will be gone. And once we did that, we'll saute the kale. We'll take the water out, and we'll saute the kale with the garlic, some olive oil, the onions, raisins, and the sea salt. So I will show this to you in just a few seconds, and I will be right back. Okay, so the water is boiling, so I'm going to put all the leafy greens, the kale, in here. And then put the lid on. And then we're going to boil it for about 5 to 6 minutes. So I'm going to take the kale out. And then what you can do is, if this is organic kale and you use some nice clean water, I would not throw away the water. I like to drink it. It gives me a lot of energy. Seriously, I tested this. It's incredible. If you don't want to drink it, then just cool it down, and what you can do is you can give it to your houseplants. They are going to love all the minerals that are in there. So I'm going to save this water. And then what we are going to do is we are going to put a little bit of olive oil in here. And we'll add the garlic. The sea salt. All the nuts and all the raisins. This dish will make your house smell heavenly. And then you just stir it around for a minute or two. And then what you do is you add back in your kale. And that's it. You can add a little more sea salt if you want, and then it's ready to be served. Kale with nuts and raisins. Delicious. So it only takes a few minutes to make this dish, which is highly nutritious, gorgeous, and delicious. So eat more leafy greens, and this is kale with almonds, raisins and garlic. Bon appetit!